Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, Peter Joseph, here for video number 3. Video number 3 on your late Tuesday night, August the 27th, 2024. Or for my replay crew, you great sexy people, you. It is now August the 28th, 2024, as we are at the midpoint of the week, and got a few more days left of the great month of August, and then Labor Day weekend this weekend, the unofficial end of summer, and that's it. We're gonna begin September on Sunday. So remember that great song "See You in September," or "We'll See You in September." Well, September's gonna be here on Sunday. But then a lot of people want September to end, so go listen to Green Day. Wake me up when September ends. So it'll end in about 30 days. So about a month from now, September will be done, and we begin October, and then by the time you blink, the end of the year will be here. So still got a long way to go. A little over 90 something days before the end of the year. So counting down those days, getting close to the end of the year, and that stuff. But thank you all for watching here on the channel. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling. And anything else I want to talk about. Music, TV, movies, whatever I feel like talking about. And that's it. So, it is what it is. So, thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down there. You know where it is in hell. Otherwise known as the description box below on this very channel. And my other channels as well. Show your love and support. On that, you can leave a comment if you wish. But don't leave stupid comments. You go bye-bye. And you'll be banished to the Shadow Realm where pretty much Satan and my demon assassin, my demon bride, Rosemary, will eat your souls. Pretty much. And don't forget to... So don't do that. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget as well to hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Because if you do, Rosemary might come to your house and scream so loud in your ear you'll be deaf for the rest of your life. Or Abaddon will come and just kick your ass. It's right over there, by the way. We move on with that. But hit the bell, turn on all notifications for more so you don't miss anything. And if you do, well, too bad for you. That's pretty much it. And if you're new here for the very first time, I was here before, but I came back. Yeah, right. Most of you, yeah, I don't believe that stuff shit, but it is what it is. But for all the new, very first time, I'm not talking about old people, I'm not talking about these fake-ass people that make 6 million fucking fake accounts because they can't grow up and have a life, because they're super obsessed with my dick. And it is what it is. I mean, they're obsessed, they're jealous because I'm way better than them in every way possible. That's why their girlfriends and their moms want my D, but it's true because they can't, they can't do anything. I mean, it is what it is. But in any case, if you're here for the very first time, and you never saw my channel ever, and you want more, then please hit that bell. You like what you see, hit that bell for more. Subscribe to my channels. Leave a comment if you wish, and all that other good shit. And as we always say, welcome to the party, pal. We really hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. You grab a cold one. Yes, product placement, I don't give a shit. Sit back, relax, grab a cold one, and enjoy the show. That's it. If you like it, great. You don't, go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here, and don't let the door hit your stupid ass on the way out. But most of you will stay. Why? Because you love me, and I love you too. And that's pretty much it. You won't leave because you love me and you got nothing better to do because you have no life and no job and you get no real pussy, so. But you think you have a life, but you don't. And then make false claims about me, like I do my freaking tribute videos to the faithful departed, whether it be wrestling, movies, sports, or whatever, and I do it for clout, and I disrespect the dead. And I put hashtag death in my video. It's good, and it makes it, and people saying it's disrespectful, and I'm getting clout views off that, and off the people that died, and the wrestlers that died, and all this shit. It's just a shame that these people think that, because I bet you nothing they couldn't get the views I get on those type of videos. They just have to use my name for clout and then slander my name with bullshit. Like that. Like that. It is just mind-boggling that people think I do videos for clout. Just because I do a tribute video to Alpha or Sika or any wrestler or any celebrity or musician, and I get like 1,000 hits, and I get like 25 likes or something like that, they think it's clout. No. You know what it is? It's called people watch my video. And I title it right. I used good hashtags. It's called people watch my videos. And the people leave comments, that's great. If they don't, I don't care. I don't care if I have one fucking comment and I get 1,500 views on it. And I get 25 likes. Doesn't mean I'm chasing clout, 'cause I never, ever chase clout. I don't need it. I don't need to do videos for clout. You people do, because you got nothing else to do. Do videos about drama and about people. You think that's gonna be? I mean, you think that's real views? No, that's clout. That's clout. I bet you nothing. These idiots, if they do a regular video, would it be about wrestling on their dead channel? I bet you nothing. They wouldn't get the same views they get with their lame drama videos and live streams and all this shit. Well, live streams maybe, because depending on how many people watch, but still, live streams about people are clout too. I'm just saying. But that's just like the critique community, which is just retarded. I mean, it is what it is. The critique community, I feel, is just dumb. I mean, they say it's constructive criticism, but nah. It's just drama-based, basically. Most of the time it's drama-based, and they get a lot of hits. I mean, good for them, but most of it's clout. Pretty much not, I shouldn't say most, but all of it's clout. And you're giving those people attention. So, the people that do videos on me, thank you. Not that I need more attention than I already have, but thank you. Oh, and you're welcome for those clout views you get off me and anybody else. You're welcome. But I digress on that. But that's the way it is. That's the way it is. I don't need to do clout on my Metal God channel. So if I get a ton of views on those tribute videos, or you know, every once in a while I'll put up some music videos, music related videos, or you know what I've been doing the last pretty much since last year, when I put the showcase videos up of cover bands and everything. I know I get copyright claims, you know, but it's not copyright strikes, but still. But still, I don't do those, and those videos get pretty good views, up 100, 200, up to 300 views. Is that clout? No. It's called people watch the video. Still. Would it be the band? Would it be people that went to the show? And they shared it? I mean, it is what it is. That's why, sometimes if I do a couple, I have a few videos on my Metal Guy channel that have got over 1,000 views. Getting close, some are getting close to 2,000. Is that clout? No. People liked it, they shared it with their friends, and they shared it with their friends. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't watch it 1,500 times. And I didn't like it like 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 20 times. There's another thing. There's no proof on that either. And if there was, so fucking what? So what? But at least I get real views and I get real likes. And I don't really care how many comments I get. If I get a lot of comments, great. If I don't, I don't care. I just move on. I just move on with my day, and move on with my life. These people just can't do that. And I personally don't give a fuck. Because my life is way, way better than these people. They just have no life and just don't, they think they can trigger people and, it's just a never, ever regurgitating cycle of BS. But that's the way these people want to live their lives, then so be it. I got better things to do with my time. I'm not on YouTube 24/7 like people think I am. That too. But, I got other things to worry about. I gotta worry about my health, I got a social life, I got work, I got this and that. I got places to go, people to do, and other things I have to worry about. Right now I'm focused on my job and focused about my getting into better health, mentally and physically. Because right now my back is a mess. I went for an MRI today on my upper back because my lower back is shattered from all the years that I worked in retail. On my other job I used to have back in the day, but then all the times I use my back to pick up heavy things, whether it be snow, whether it be other stuff in the house, moving stuff, furniture, whatever it may be. I have to use my back, and I'm getting close to 50, and my body's just giving out on me. Man, even with exercise and all the shit I do. It's just my back is just starting to kind of give out on me. That's why I have levoscoliosis in my lower back, and now I'm feeling that it's now invading my upper back. So I went for an MRI on 2 places: my thoracic spine, which is around I think around the middle of the back, and I did a MRI. I had another one on my cervical spine, which is around the neck area, not specifically the neck and my shoulder area, but around the area. So should find out by next weekend, how that goes, and I might have to go for another minor surgery. I get another epidural. I'm hoping I don't get that. I mean, not that it's gonna hurt, but it's just a pain in the butt because you're there for like a couple hours. You wait, and then you go in. You pretty much undressed, and then, well, except for your underwear and socks. Well, it gives you slippers anyway. But anyway, you're there, and then go into the prep area. They talk to you for a little bit, and then they give you some pain medication beforehand. They give you some medication beforehand. I don't know why they do that, but and then you wait, you sign a couple things, for an insurance purposes and crap. They ask if you want anesthesia, depending on. I mean, if you're getting an epidural, they ask if you want to get put out. But you can run the risk of not waking up. But when I did mine, I was like, give me the shot. I don't give a shit. And basically, my pain management doctor says, you're barely gonna even feel it. So, when I got mine, the nurse walked me into the room where I had to get the epidural. There was like 6 people there with my pain management doctor and like 6 people. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, am I getting surgery, or am I thought it was just a shot, and 6 people are there. It's the same thing when you get your colonoscopy. You have the gastroenterologist, and then you have like 6,000 people there looking at your ass. I'm like, come on, let's just see that. Unless you're a hot nurse, but instead of looking at my ass, looking at my dick. But that's just another story for another time. But yeah, I mean, they tell you to lay down on your stomach, and then with your, I think my arms were out, or they were on this way, but in any case, you lay down for a while. You lay down, and then they start doing whatever the pre-stuff they gotta do, and then they say, alright, we're gonna start now. You're gonna feel a little pinch. They put a little thing on you, and then they inject you with a steroid. Because that's what an epidural is. They inject you with a steroid. So I don't look like Hulk Hogan, brother, but that's what it is. It's like a big, as far as I know, it's like not a big needle, but like huge. But just like a needle, and like they shoot, they kind of numb the area, and then they inject you, you feel a little pinch, and it's like, this ain't shit. Right? And then after that, they say, okay, I'm gonna inject you with the painkiller or the medication basically. I'm not thinking, did I just get medication? Anyway, so then they give you another shot with the medication. That might hurt a little bit more. The one I got it, when I got it, I got injected, and it felt like it went deeper. I was like, holy shit. And I felt it, and then my legs started cramping up almost. And I was like, ugh! I cringed a little bit. And then that was it. And then, basically, they put me on another stretcher, wheeled me into recovery. And I'm there, I'm like half out anyway. And then I'm in pain, and blah, blah, blah. So I had to wait a while until I was actually, okay. And then, I had to wait until they said I can leave. And then I had to sign, discharge papers. They asked me if I wanted anything to eat, and I had, when I was there, I was like, give me whatever you got. So they gave me crackers and some apple juice. Should have gave me some vodka, but just kidding. Anyway, so after that, after I started feeling better and everything, the nurse, the nurse helped me out of the stretcher, and then another nurse basically walked me out to the prep area where I had to get my clothes and everything. So after that, I basically, the nurse like, you ready? You're like, yeah, I'm ready. Then she led me out to the main lobby area, the waiting room area, and then I had to wait for my ride to come. And that was the stupid thing is they had to come in And they say, oh, I'm here for this guy. I didn't like that part, but it is what it is. That's what you got to do when you get an epidural. And but I'm trying to avoid surgery. I'm hoping I don't need it, but I got it. So now I got to wait about a week, and then I got to do a follow-up. And then maybe after that, I might have to get another epidural by the end of the next month. Or something like that. I mean, we'll see. I'm still thinking about getting another MRI on my knee. My right knee. Because right around my kneecap area, I tripped back in October. And I landed right on my kneecap. And I almost couldn't get up. And then I fell on my right side. On my right side. And I thought I hurt my ribs. But thankfully I didn't. But I was able to get home, and as soon as I got home, I got the ice. Two, thankfully I had a bunch of painkillers. I took 2 painkillers, and then I freaking lay down and went to sleep. I got up later in the night, and I freaking was like, ugh. I still was in pain. I was thinking it was just going to be like a one-day thing, or maybe I'd take a couple of days to heal, but my right knee, right near the kneecap area, and I went for x-rays, they showed nothing. Now I'm thinking about getting an MRI, because it still kind of hurts a little bit, and it's hard to walk at times. And plus I got flat feet, and, I have to get shoes now. So I'm pretty much a mess. And the missus tells me, it's like, oh, now you know how I feel about 5 years ago. Because she went through that shit too. Now I'm going through it. God forbid I have to get a major surgery. It's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun. Because I have to file for disability, and that takes a long time. Ugh. But thankfully I have enough money in the bank, so I don't have to worry about that shit. Because even if I'm out of work and I'm waiting disability, I still have a lot of money to pay for my bills. So, not have to worry about it. Alright, enough about my life and about everything else, but that's the way it is. I'm still able to work now, even with my back injury, my leg. Thankfully I don't have to go out much, except for when I have to go to the city for work and everything. And other places when I have to go to the doctor and I have to go shopping. Or if I go anywhere with the missus, concerts or whatever. Movies. Go to family dinner. We take public transportation, so it's fine. Anyway. But other than that, I might be a mess physically and mentally, but I'm still here, and I'm still gonna be here whether you like it or not. But as far as the clout view goes, that's bullshit. Say what you want, do what you want, I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna be way better than you, and you know it. And that's my little public service announcement for tonight. Alright, now, I wasted 23, almost 24 minutes of your time, and I don't really care. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, check out my last 2 videos of the day. Go over to my Metal God channel. Yes, I did a music-related video this time about Oasis returning. They're reuniting after 15 years. Getting back together for their 2025 tour, which begins in July 4th, specifically, in Cardiff, Wales. They're going to do, right now they have 14 shows announced. They're going to be in London, going to be in Ireland, maybe some other European dates. But hasn't really announced anything past that. It's supposed to, the European tour is supposed to go 2 months, basically. So more dates might be announced later on this year, or maybe early next year. And then hopefully we'll get a United States tour. Maybe they might go to other countries like Japan. They might go to South America, Canada, Australia, mate. I mean, have to see how it goes, and hopefully, Liam and Noel Gallagher don't fight anymore, because it's been 15 years since we saw them actually together, and then pretty much Noel just said, you know what, fuck this, and there was like a big, humongous legal battle. It was just a mess, and now they're in the Hall of Fame, and now they're doing the reunion tour, which I hope leads to maybe a new album, because we hadn't had one of those in a long time. New studio album. Ow. I hurt myself. So anyway. So if you're in Europe, get your tickets now for Oasis. You're going to be, and you're going to be singing Champagne Supernova, Butterball, Wonderwall, whatever you want to call it. Don't Look Back in Anger, Supersonic, all those great hits they used to have back in the 90s and the early 2000s. But, hey, if Creed can come back for a reunion, a full reunion, I might add, because I have more dates than Oasis has of right now, and I'm going to see Creed the day after Thanksgiving at the Garden. Oh, no, I didn't get floor seats, and those are like way out of my price range. I got like the first bowl, the stages here, and then you have all the seats here, and then like they have here, and then you have here, and then you have way up there. I might be sitting way up there for David Gilmour in those for his 5 show, well, not every show, but he's having 5 shows at the Garden early November to promote his new album called Luck and Strange, plus all the other Pink Floyd hits. So I'm hoping to go to at least one of those shows, if I can get something from SeatGeek or StubHub or any one of those ticket sites that you can get tickets right at the last minute, even at the day of the show. I did that once for New Japan. When New Japan was at the Hammerstein, I was lucky to get a second balcony seat, and I only paid $40, and that's without the fees, because I bought it on StubHub, because they don't have all those stupid fucking fees like Ticketmaster has. So I got the ticket, but when I got there, I didn't even know that you had to pay money to see Shibata and Lance Archer, and I think there was a couple other people from New Japan there, but no, not Shibata. It was Ibushi-san. I already met Shibata when he was in Ring of Honor, when they did Field of Honor. Then I met Tanahashi, I met Goto, I met Shinsuke Nakamura. The man is now in catering. How can Shinsuke Nakamura go from a god in NXT, winning the NXT title twice, to the main roster, winning the 2016 Royal Rumble along with Asuka, and both of them lost? Asuka loses her streak to that fucking cunt, Charlotte Flair, and pretty much went after that. Shinsuke lost to AJ Styles, and then we have like 3 more, and then 3 pay-per-views. It was all Nutshot City, every fucking finish. And then finally the feud ends with AJ winning the feud. Man, Nakamura should have at least won the title, held it for about 2 months. And all he got was a measly United States title reign. And he got a pretty decent Intercontinental title reign. He was tag team champion with Cesaro. Remember that one? The SmackDown tag. There were SmackDown tag team champions, but never a fucking world champion, and that pissed me off. Then he had a nice little thing where he was with Rick Boogs. And then after Rick Boogs basically got his leg destroyed at WrestleMania. It was WrestleMania 30, what was it, 39 or 40? I think it was 40, I think. But anyway, pretty much Shinsuke went like downhill. But kind of try to resurrect his career with the New Japan style promos, with the anime and everything. He's talking in Japanese, most of it. And he had I say he had a pretty decent feud with Cody, which he should have won. He won one match, it was on Raw. And then he had the match, the pay-per-view, Cody wins, obviously. But pretty much after that, we haven't seen Shinsuke much. And when we do, he's losing. Why? It's Shinsuke Nakamura. Why is he being a jobber now? And now, basically, Creative has nothing for him. The last time he actually had a match was in Japan against AJ and Cody in a triple threat match for the belt. And he lost, obviously. That's the last time we saw him. And then he did something in Japan earlier this year. But after that, we haven't seen him much. I don't know why. I don't even know how much time he has left on his contract, if at all he has any time. I say, you know what, Shinsuke? Just go back to Japan, retire in New Japan Pro Wrestling or New Japan Strong. Just get out of there. I don't even think Tony Khan can do anything with him right now. That'd be nice, but what's he gonna do? He should just join AEW and just fight Okada for like 6 months. And then, when at Forbidden Door. Well, I can't do it at Forbidden Door, I mean. You could have a match at like a Double or Nothing or something, like one of the big pay-per-views, like Double or Nothing or Full Gear or even All In or All Out. Just have like one final feud with Okada over the Continental Breakfast Championship, or if Okada ever wins the TNT title or the World title. But right now, Okada's a joke right now. He's just portrayed as a fucking joke and a fucking mark to the Bucks. Because, the Bucks like the guy. He's just coming off as a joke. Not the lane maker we used to know and love back in Japan. I mean, he had a great match with freaking Claudio I think it was on Dynamite last week. I think it was last week. They went to a time limit draw, and so he retains the fucking Continental Breakfast title. Then him and Zack Sabre Jr. in a casino gauntlet match, and they squared off, and they were like, oh, I know you too. It was a great stare down. And then Zack Sabre Jr. basically smacked Okada back to Japan. And then the interaction with Zack Sabre Jr. and Nigel, that was great. They did some like British style wrestling, which I thought was great. I mean, Nigel looked like $1 million coming out of retirement. I don't know for that match or he's actually coming out of retirement. I still want one more match with Danielson. I hope it's at Wrestle Dream 2 in October. I mean, we're going to hear from Danielson tomorrow on Dynamite. That should be with his future, so I don't know what's going to happen there. We're going to 8-man all-star match. We got the Conglomeration and Hook taking on the Jericho Vortex and Roddy! I'm like, that is the worst booked match I ever seen. I mean, most of these guys are not even feuding. Besides Hook winning the FTW title from Jericho, and then he's going at him and Shibata really are going at, still feuding with the Jericho Vortex, Big Cass and Brian Keith and Jericho, of course. But then you got Mark Briscoe, who's basically feuding with nobody. He's still the Ring of Honor World Champion. And then you got Orange Cassidy, who now has, he's not like denim, the guy that's denim and white and shirt and everything. Now he's all dressed in black. I'm like, wait, what was that about at All In? I didn't get that. I didn't know, why is he dressed in black? That made no sense. And that's that. So that match is going to happen tomorrow. We got Adam Page and Tomohiro Ishii. You know who's winning that. That's Adam Page, most likely. Probably hear from Swerve. So what's gonna happen with him down the line? What else do we got? I know we had another one. Oh, we have the returning Jamie Hayter back on Dynamite, taking on Harley Cameron. You know, and the pissed off Paige at ringside. So you know Jamie Hayter's gonna win that match easily. So we're gonna have to see what happens with Jack Perry. Basically, after he almost killed, he almost murdered Darby. You know, beating Darby in his own match, and then almost trying to set Light on fire. And if it wasn't for Sting, he would have been dead by now. So no way Jack Perry's gonna go with his TNT title. Mariah May, the new AEW Women's Champion, which we might hear from her tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna happen with Toni Storm. Might hear from Mercedes Moné after her successful title defense against Dr. Britt Baker, GMG baby. Because of my boy Adam Cole. Thank you for the shout out again. Yes, on his Twitch channel. Playing a great game, Black Myth Wukong. Got up to Chapter 2 today. He's going to be on live tomorrow. Probably playing, hopefully gets to, at least, well, if he gets to the bosses I've seen, because I have the game, I downloaded it, and I'm basically where he is, but not at level, Chapter 2 yet. I'm still trying to beat that fucking panda, the fucking bear. I actually played a game earlier, like a couple hours ago, and I have the strategy down, but he just like keeps me right when he gets down to like 25% HP. Pisses me off! Because then he goes into pissy boss mode. He does that freaking special AOE move, and I'm like, I have perfect dodge, because I got the ability and everything, and I'm still losing. I'm like, what the fuck? I will beat him tomorrow. And then I'm going to get into Chapter 2. Where I think we faced a frog. I think Adam Cole faced a frog monster, where you can turn into him too. You can use him as a spell. But then the first one you use is that, well, you get a spell to be a wolf. You get a spell to be a snake. Because that's another boss in Chapter 1 that pissed me off, along with Big Baby. Got the big head, and then there's a second one. There's like the golden Big Baby. You get like a. Is that what? No, I think it's when you beat the bear, you get I think it's either the golden Big Baby. You get the crow on your arm and everything, with the ability. I think it's that, or I think it's the bear. I think. But when you beat the bear, you go to Chapter 2. But before you even get to that, there's an amazing fucking, I don't know how many minutes it is. I think it was like 3 to 5, maybe 6 minutes of an FMV that's just basic anime. Perfect. This game is fucking amazing. But I can't wait. I'm hoping to get to Chapter 2 tomorrow, so that I can try to catch up with Adam Cole, baby. You know, fight the bosses he fought. There's a couple of optional mini bosses. Most of them are pretty easy, but you know, I think the next major boss is that frog, and I think there's another one where he is right now. So. No, actually, there is the one after that. You fight a double boss. You fight 2 people. Oh gosh. And both are cheap too. And then you fight and then you get later on. I think it's in Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. Then they finally show some females. So, and I think you fight one of them, from what I've seen on different Let's Plays and everything. But I mean, you love Japanese role-playing games like Final Fantasy VII, or and we all thought that was Game of the Year. It might still, but right now, Black Myth Wukong is just annihilating that Final Fantasy right now as Game of the Year. is just amazing. The graphics are great. The FMVs are great. Just the entire game is fucking amazing. Love it. And then we get Borderlands coming out later this year. And some other great games. And then 2025 looks like we're gonna get epic games. We might be getting a Resident Evil remake. Resident Evil 5 remake. Unless they scrap 5 for now. They put Code Veronica first, then 5. And then maybe there is some minor talks about Resident Evil 9. What they're gonna do there, I don't know. Man, maybe it's the, I think 8, well, not 8, sorry. 9 should be the aftermath of what happened with 8, where you play as, what's her name? What's her name? I think it's Mia. If you remember 8, you know, the special ending with the DLC. So, but that's not, I think that's what Resident Evil 9 should be, the aftermath of that. Where you play as her the entire game. And maybe a cameo from Leon Kennedy. But, I mean, I don't think I think that might be the final game that Chris Redfield's in it. Maybe he finally dies. Maybe Wesker comes back from the dead and kills him or some shit. I don't know. Maybe we'll have Ada Wong in it. Because we haven't seen her since Resident Evil 6, basically. But she wasn't in 7, she wasn't in 8. We haven't seen Leon since 6, I believe. Now it's just basically new characters like Ethan and Mia and all the new villains. So I can only imagine what 9 might be if they have any of the main characters like Jill Valentine and Claire Redfield. Or Barry. I haven't seen Barry since Revelations 1 and 2. I haven't seen many of those old characters from the old games. But I know they're doing Code Veronica X as a remake. They're doing Resident Evil 5 as a remake. They're thinking about remaking Resident Evil 0 to make it actually good. I didn't really like 0. Or not, Origins. If you got the deluxe edition, because you play Resident Evil 0, and then you play Resident Evil, it's like the HD version. It's the same game, but it's just HD. So, but Resident Evil 0, it was decent, but it was just that. It was just decent. At least it's not Resident Evil 6. I hate Resident Evil 6 so bad. I still have the game. I barely even play it because the freaking plot is just so dumb. Just one of the worst Resident Evil games in the entire series. Next to 0. I mean, the spin-offs with Code Veronica X is great. Some of the other Umbrella Stories is okay. But some of the other the spin-offs are just meh. But it is what it is. Alright. So we got that. So like I said, with I went back to wrestling, that, with Shinsuke Nakamura, I mean, why did they make him lose back in 2016? Now they don't even know what to do with him. The same thing like Keith Lee. They had a story on Ringside News that he might be coming back soon. I'm like, well, what are you going to do with him? I think Keith Lee might be going back to WWE. I don't know why you would go back there, but still. Now, I know Hunter's now, part of creative, so maybe Hunter can make him what he was in NXT, where he can, bask in his glory. who was just a beast, won the North American title, and then beat the shit out of Adam Cole. Which was leaked by, I think it was Veer. One of the, Veer and Sangha. Maybe it was Sangha, but they almost got him fired. And then pretty much after that, when Keith Lee became a double champion, he got rid of the freaking North American title and had a mediocre freaking run as world champion to even last that long. Then he goes to the main roster and pretty much stunk up there. Just stunk on the main roster. And pretty much, we didn't see him for a while, because he had his little heart thing back in 2020, 21. But he's got a hot smoking wife in Mia Yim. I mean, he's a lucky guy. But just remember who plowed her first. Adam Cole, baby. Just saying. You would think it was Nana when Mia first came around Ring of Honor in 2010. Nope. Mia was doing Ring of Honor. She was also in CCW. And she was the valet/girlfriend of Adam Cole. And if you go on YouTube and type in Adam Cole and Mia Yim, you see all those promos, those great promos from CCW. They're basically almost fucking. Even though there is a video where Mia gets in the ring and Adam's helping her in the ring, and he's just like looking at her ass. And she gets in the ring and Adam just like turns to the crowd and goes, "I plow that." He probably did because he's Adam Cole, baby. But, and then Mia gets with that, Eddie Kingston and how that relationship went. Ugh. She's lucky to even get out of that. Now she's with Keith Lee. Eddie Kingston's has a new girlfriend, wife now. I don't know what it is. Eddie's had so many demons now. He's trying to get better. Former Ring of Honor World Champion finally. Among the other titles, he had the Continental Classic title. Well, Continental Breakfast title, then he had the New Japan Strong, not the World title. He had like the second-rate title. I forgot what it's called. But pretty much lost all of that. Then he got hurt. I don't know when Then we saw him do a video about Bryan Danielson, and we thought he was gonna be at All In. I don't think he was, but. I don't know when he's coming back from his leg injury, because he broke his leg in New Japan Strong. I think against Gabriel Kidd. Broke his leg, and he's been out since. So maybe he comes back maybe by the end of this year, probably next year. But that's that. Alright, before we get to Monday Night Raw, quick little news and notes. There was a rumor that the Performance Center was moving to Vegas, but that got shot down. I did put it up on Twitter, but I didn't. I gotta take down that tweet because now I found out that I think Meltzer, Uncle Dave broke that story, but he doesn't double check and anything, because most of his fucking news is clickbait. I wonder where that came from. But Meltzer started it, and other people here on YouTube just follow along, right, JD? But Grim does a ton of clickbaiting. Dave. Not Dave Meltzer, but Dave. GTS ain't the same as it was back in 2015-16. It just regurgitated freaking storylines that are going on right now. Or from the past. I mean, you got nothing else, Dave, to do? These mediocre, boring storylines with your wife, Tina, that they're supposedly divorced. I don't know if it's true. If it's true, I mean, dude, doing basically the same thing you did with Barbara, thinking all about yourself. You don't just care about your stupid backyard fed and not really give two shits about Barbara, your then wife, and, I mean, you did care for the kids, Molly and Amy, but still. Barbara's like, fuck you. You don't care about me, fuck you, I'm out of here. Now she's got a better boyfriend. And Grimm went to Tina. It seemed like they were doing great, having amazing sex, probably, who knows. And then now, I don't know if it's even the storyline is real that all the people in GTS want Dave to lose his belt. Like, he's never gonna lose that belt. Even though if he does, he's gonna get it right back because it's his show, and he has to be the John Cena of that fucking show. Not the same GTS when I was watching it with Pete Corvus and Tommy Salami and Vlad and some of the other guys when Duhop was actually doing good and everything. Jimmy Controversy was actually being a menace. He still kind of is, but Dalton, when he wasn't a prick. Kurt Bale when it was good, and all the other people that used to be on the show, and then most of them, not Pete and Tommy, barely even go on the show anymore. All the old vets are, they don't do it because they have lives now. But I mean, hell, MJF was on the show back in the day before he even hit it big. There's a lot of people that weren't even known that were on Grimm's Toy Show, but he even had James Ellsworth on the show when he was still around. After he got released. It is what it is, but I can't get into GTS anymore because like I said, I don't even know if Dave and Tina are still together. If this is an actual divorce or it's just like a storyline divorce. I think it's a storyline, and they're still together and whatever. And Grimm's like hanging out with all these other chicks, like Lacey and Vicky, whatever her name was, when they were at that hotel, and basically, freaking Tina barged in on them, almost having. I don't know if they were having sex. Or we see Grimm on top of this. It looked like a porn star, motorboating her or something like that. He's in his shorts, basically. I don't think he was about to bang her or anything. Then you had that whole thing where, speaking of porn stars, he said, I'm going out with porn star extraordinaire Kimmy Granger, who freaking goes to town on your dick. Holy shit. I'd fucking date her. I wouldn't even leave the house. I'd just have her sit on my dick, and the way she just goes to town on that. She's like the riding machine. I mean, she rides you, forget it. You're just sit there and not move. Like crazy. I mean, the way she freaking rides these guys' wang and everything. I mean, a normal guy would probably have his dick broken. But she knows what she's doing, man. She seems like she's breaking her back almost. But my goodness. I mean, she gives some of those Asian chicks that freaking can ride, like Asa Akira and Michelle Maylene, and I mean, I'm going way. Hey, I'm talking about my porn. I watch porn, so what? My Asian porn stuff. Asa Akira and Christine Nguyen and every other Asian you can think of that can ride dick very good. Kimmy Granger just blows him out of the water. It's just, forget it. If she just rode my dick, my dick would be broken. I'd probably be like, my entire nutsack would be exploding. I have no freaking semen in my dick, my scrotum and everything. Oh, I'm getting graphic, I know, I'm sorry. But, anyway. Alright, I'm going way off base, but, whatever. But yeah. Grimm's Toy Show needs to fucking change, and it freaking needs to end, basically, because it's just getting retarded. I barely even watch it nowadays. I know people in East's chat ask me, it's like, hey, did you watch Grimm's Toy Show today? I saw you in the chat. You know, I might frequent the premiere video. I was like, hey, you know, this is not real. This sucks. And he's like, hey, I saw you in the chat. I'm like, yeah, I watched it sometimes. Not the same. But that's that. Alright, so the Performance Center might be, well, there's a rumor that it was going to be moving to Vegas, and they're going to run out of that, the UFC place where they had Battleground. I think that was a good idea. I think it's a good idea to get out of Florida and move to fucking Vegas. But that storyline got, that story got shot down real quick. And then the only other stories of the day was Raw did a 1.8, and Collision went up to 400. They went up 36. It was 33 to 36,000 views. So they had over. I think the round number is. I think they did 432,000. Somewhere around that area. So, they've been going up the last few weeks, slowly but steady. But, you know, I would love for Collision to get, like, over 500,000 views and maybe start climbing up to maybe 600. I doubt that'll ever happen, but you never know. But we got that. That's it. So we got 2 more SmackDowns to go on Fox this week, which is taped from Berlin. Next week's the final live show on Fox, and then we got the USA premiere on September the 13th with Michael Cole and I don't know who. Well, I mean, it was announced that going forward on Raw, that Michael Cole is going to be teaming up with Corey Slave. So, I guess both are going to be doing double duty, or Corey Graves is going to stay on Raw, and then Michael Cole's going to be on SmackDown for the foreseeable future on SmackDown with Corey Graves, you know, on Raw and SmackDown. But then again, what are you going to do with Wade Barrett? Pat McAfee is gone till January. I just keep Wade Barrett there. Just have Michael Cole and Wade Barrett do SmackDown. You know, pretty much, well, they did some episodes, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens 2 weeks from Friday. I thought they were going to bring in another guy on September the 9th. He's an MMA guy. I forgot his name. He was like all full of himself. Like, yeah, I'm going to take Michael Cole's spot. Bullshit. Nobody can take Michael Cole's spot, really. That's even not on the main shows. Corey Graves. I mean, Corey Graves is good, but he's not Michael Cole. When Michael Cole finally retires, which I don't know how long, he might be in a couple years, who's going to replace him? We're just going to have Corey Graves, Vic Joseph, Booker T, Wade Barrett, and Corey Graves, Wade Barrett, Booker T, Vic Joseph, maybe Byron Saxton. That's it. 5 people, basically. If Hunter wants to look outside, I mean, he always looks on Twitter. You know, if he wants to do a freaking, it's like, hey, you send in the tape, we'll sign you. I'm there, dude. I'm there. I could just, like, I'll go down to Florida. I'll go down to the Performance Center for an audition. I'll put my name in the hat. Just pay for my airfare and an hotel, and I'll be there for like a couple of days. I got some friends down there. I can hang out with them. I'll go to the performance center. I'll hang out and I'll watch. I'll do interviews. I'll do whatever. I'll do some commentary. And I'll do it very good too. I could be the next NXT announcer, play-by-play guy. I don't have to be on the road that much. I just have to stay there on Tuesdays, and then fly to where the pay-per-view is. Get there like a couple of days early so I can do some research, and then go to might have to go to some production meetings during the day or whatever. Hey, I could be NXT play-by-play guy or color commentator. I can ring announce. From parts unknown, the Skeleton! From Osaka, Japan, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka! Io Sky! Kairi Sane! Then I can just announce Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green! She'll probably love it too. She'll be like, Matt Cardona, who? Not that I would do her, but still. You might have to keep me away from the Asian chicks, you know what I mean? Asuka, Kairi, and Io might have to have their own locker room, and I have to, stay out of it. No, we love you long time! We love you! Hang out with us! We have sushi! I don't eat sushi, but I'll eat the other sushi. I digress. I could be a backstage interviewer, don't have to remember my lines. That's gonna be tough. Can I just go off the fly? I don't need to do this shit. I don't have to talk to, I might do a freaking backstage interview with CM Punk. I'm like, CM Punk! Over the last couple weeks, Drew McIntyre has been a thorn in your side. We saw what happened last week. Take a look. Your rebuttal, sir? Well, you know something, Mr. Joseph, Are you new here? Yes, sir. Good. Stay there. Stay there and hold the mic. You look good. Wear a nice suit from the Men's Warehouse. Underneath, they'll have a nice In This Moment shirt just to promote the band even more. Just to get them at WrestleMania, I'll just keep wearing the shirts. Stop wearing the shirt! No, put them at WrestleMania. Hey, and if I have to come in the ring, give me my In This Moment. That's it. I'm not coming out to some generic bullshit theme. Or no theme at all. Give me a theme. Give me an entrance with a Titantron. Like Michael Cole has his own Titantron. Corey Graves, all the announcers have their own freaking Titantron. And generic, well, besides Booker T with, can you dig it, sucker? I think Wade Barrett has his old theme when he was wrestling by himself. Not in Nexus, of course, but, I can have my own theme, and I'll just break out In This Moment's Daddy's Fallen Angel, and everybody like, what the hell is this? And I'll have my Titantron with Peter Joseph on it. I won't go back to my Peter Gilmore persona. I'll just go by Peter Joseph, my real name, but... I'm like, damn, I feel like it's XWF all over again. Coming down to the ring, I'm like, yeah. Bring my belt, well, obviously if I'm working, I can't bring the belt, but... Let's go there and have fun. Watch all these people try to, it's like, hey, can I get a handshake? I'm like, just look at him like, fucking Mark. I'll be one of those heel guys like, fucking Mark, I'm not gonna touch your hand. All the hot chicks in the audience, maybe I'll do that. It's like, hey, you a hot chick? I was like, nice to see you. Nice to see you. What high school did you go to? No. Kidding. But anyway, moving on. Alright, let's get to Monday Night Raw. Alright, so if you want the Monday Night Raw review, not Monday Night Raw, NXT review, you go right here. So go to 105 even. of the video. But I had to do some extra news and go off on rants and shit. Whatever. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, on this late Tuesday night on the Peter Joseph channel, thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. It is time for your late night NXT review for August the 27th, 2024. We are, as always, emanating from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. And every Tuesday night, our commentary team, the man with the creepy jacket, well, now this time he's actually wearing suits. He went to the Men's Warehouse. I guess he found my discount. So, we have Vic Joseph and the man who smokes more weed than you do, the two-time Hall of Famer and the 6-time World Heavyweight Champion and multiple-time Tag Team Champion with Stevie Ray, the man himself, the man who drinks more Kool-Aid too. He's, oh yeah, man! Oh yeah, man! Booker T, sucker! Oh yeah, okay, calm down. We'll get that. Alright, this was a tape show because it was a double taping. The crew's going, most of the crew's going to be in Germany right now. The rest of the crew is going to Denver for this Sunday night's festivities for NXT No Mercy. So this is the official go-home show for before No Mercy this Sunday. And we have that. This was a pretty good show. We had a special appearance from a demon assassin, if you will. My little rant's going to happen on that, so get ready for that. With Kelani Jordan taking on a demon of Wendy Choo Choo. And I got that. We had Wesley and Zachary Wentz go face to face, which, you know, was chaotic. We had a little segment with my cousin Tony D and Oba Femi ahead of their North American title match. Had a little segment with Chase Du and the superhero Power Rangers Ben Frazier and A-Kid ahead of their tag team title match. There's only 6 matches on the pay-per-view. So I think that pay-per-view is going to go quick. Probably end right before 10. Maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock. So, look at that. I mean, you can do your Sunday afternoon festivities and then come home around 6:30 and then pop on NXT No Mercy from 7 and then you're done by 9:30. You have your sensible dinner after that and then, or before or during the pay-per-view, you have your sensible dinner and then that's it. Maybe watch the media scrum after with HBK and a couple of the stars and then you go to bed. And then you have the day off the next day because it's Labor Day. You stay home, you can sleep in all day, or go out to a barbecue if it's not raining. We could have it, well, can't have a barbecue in the rain, obviously, but wherever you may be, just have a great holiday weekend. And the summer is over, ladies and gentlemen. It is over as of Monday. And then, got 2 weeks after that is the start of fall. And pretty soon we're going to be turning that clock back. It's going to get colder. Break out the pants, break out the hoodies. Eventually maybe break out the hoodies or the light jacket. Maybe break out the winter jacket, depending on how cold it is. But by the time we hit December, break out that winter jacket and the winter clothes. And, get that snow melt and shovel ready if you're in the Northeast. Hopefully we don't have a bad winter, but that's that. Alright, so we had that. And also, we had Say His Name and He Appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. At the end of the show, we had a Joe Hendry concert. It was freaking amazing. Talking about Ethan Page and ahead of their world title match that now has a special guest referee. How special is he and who is he? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get into it. Alright, let's get into this because I want to go to bed because I got to go to work tomorrow and everything. All that shit. Alright, so we start off with an in memoriam of Sid Vicious. So we got that. Very nice. Alright, then we start the show properly. We have the lovely ladies of Fatal Influence, JC Jane, and the farmer girl, Fallon, Don't Call Me to the Dawn, Henley, and my girl, Jasmine Nix. Three hot pieces of ace. So they go into the ring. JC and Fallon are going to be taking on my Ebony Hotties, Jakara Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and Lash Legend. Get shit done. So that's going to open the show. So we start the show with a tag team match player. Metaphor taking on Fatal Influence, otherwise known as Toxic Attraction 2.0. Great entrance, by the way, from Fatal Influence. Loved it. Love it. Good theme, too. I don't know who does the theme. Probably one of those Death Rebel fucking themes. But still. It is what it is. Alright, 10-minute match. Starts off with Jakara Jackson dropkicking JC Jane down. Then Fallon, Don't Call Me Donna Dawn. Henley comes in, grabs a rear naked choke on Lash Legend. She gets out of that easily. Jakara comes back in for another dropkick to JC Jane. Another dropkick to Fallon Henley. JC Jane comes back in. She hits a Hurricanrana on Lash Legend. But that doesn't really work, because Lash throws both of them down, throws them to the outside. She opens the ropes, and Jakara Jackson with a big flippy dippity doo. She almost broke her goddamn neck on the way down. Because she flew and then it went, you were like this, and then kind of turned at the last minute. That could have been really, really, really nasty. But thankfully, Jakara basically, no-sold it. So we go to break, come back, Lash swings Fallon into JC Jane, showing her power. And then sends JC flying with a fallaway slam. Then we get something like a top rope heart attack from the Ebony Sisters. Gets a near fall on Fallon Henley. JC then comes in with a running neck breaker. Gets a near fall on Jakara Jackson. They get back up, and Jasmine Nix with a distraction with her hot gray fucking sweatpants and look. That causes a distraction, which lets JC super kick Lash to the floor, and then Jasmine is talking some shit to Lash. Lash gets up and bicycle kick Jasmine right in the face. Then she gets in, walks right into a pair of running knee strikes. We get almost like a running V trigger from JC into what I thought was a last shot, almost like Adam Cole Baby's move. But on further review, I need a further review, and it looked like a drop kick. But anyway, double knees to the back of Jakara Jackson. To the back in front of Lash's face. 1, 2, 3 as Fallon Henley gets the pin in 10 minutes. So Fallon gets a measure of revenge after I think it was Lash made her bleed last week, and she broke her nose or something. But in any case, Fatal Influence get their first win as a trio tag team. Match itself was 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we get a video on Wesley and Zachary Wentz, who were a team for a long time as MSK, winning the tag team belts twice, and then what happened after Zachary Wentz got released from TNA, got released in 2022, and then wound up in TNA to reform the Rascals with Trey Miguel. Then they came back during the NXT TNA partnership to reunite with Wesley. Then Wesley was at Slammiversary with them in a 6-man tag team match. it seemed like everything was going okay. And then Wesley with a heinous act right after they lost that. They lost the tag team title match to Chase U. Wesley turned on Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, beat the crap out of them. And then we saw what happened last week with Zachary Wentz came out from the crowd after the triple threat match, which Joe Hendry won to face Ethan Page. Wesley was trying to help. It was Pete Dunne and Wesley. He was trying to help. Wesley was trying to win the match, and then Zachary Wentz came out. I think it was after the match and started a big brawl, and security had to clean it up and everything. So we saw that. So we're gonna have a face-to-face a little bit later, and it looks like they're gonna go one-on-one at No Mercy, but no stipulation. I don't know why, but we got that. Alright, so I didn't have to rate that. Alright, then we go to another video where we see Eddie Thorpe, DJ Nightwolf, doing some, we see video of him DJing in the ring at a house show. And then we go to the back where he's showing these hot chicks the video. One of them a very good-looking Asian chick with nice tattoos, one on her right above her titties of looked like a rose or a type of black rose per se, but she looked good. Sign her up. If not, give me her number. Holy shit. Anyway, so Ashanti the Adonis, the resident pimp, comes in and says, if the women were there, he needs to start showing up. Okay. Then the three women saying, alright, fuck this guy. Bye, Eddie. Bye, Eddie. Bye, Eddie. So they basically say goodbye to Eddie Thorpe. And then Ashanti asks, which one of them are you dating? What, are you trying to get their sloppy seconds? Come on now, dude. But Eddie says it's just about the music. Isn't everything about the music these days? Not about the ladies, not about the groupies and shit. So anyway, Eddie Thorpe doesn't get how a platonic relationship can even happen. Probably doesn't never. Then we see Idris Enofe. I thought it was Javon Evans at first, but we see Idris Enofe going into a room in the area, and then we see Brooks Jensen with a chair following him in, and then we hear commotion, and we see Idris Enofe get knocked out with the chair, and then DJ Nightwolf is trying to break it up, and then he gets hit with a chair, and then I don't know how fast those referees got there, but it looked like they were in the room anyway, and then they had to break up everything. So, yeah. So later on, I think we see Malik Blade, trying to get revenge for his good buddy. Takes on Mr. Brooks Jensen, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so that segment I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Let me move on. Alright, match number 2, more ladies action. Karen Petrovich, with that epic entry she has, takes on Bookie Hogan 2.0, Izzy Dame. This comes from last week where Izzy knocked Carmen out of the gauntlet match and Brindley Reese took over. So now Carmen looks for revenge on Izzy. So what's up? Match, 4-minute match. Back and forth they went. Carmen gets out of the torture rack, scores with a spin wheel kick, only to spin into a discus clothesline. They get back up, and Izzy slams her to the floor. Slams her down for a near fall, and then Carmen pulls her into a sunset flip. 1, 2, 3, and a little over 4 minutes. She gets the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. And Izzy is shocked. But I lost. Yeah, you lost. And that's pretty much it. That's that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we go to the locker room. We have Catch Point 3.1. There we have Miles Bourne, the Heritage Cup champion, Charlie Dempsey, and another one of my girls, Maddie Winkowski. They basically arguing over who's in charge. Hey, follow my lead. No, follow my lead. And at first I didn't even see where the Heritage Cup was, and then Charlie Dempsey moved, and the Heritage Cup was behind them. I thought they left it in the back, where when they had that segment with Javon Evans is like it's like right next to him, and then Gallows comes in and says, "Hey, you're not even old enough to why don't you have a beer or something?" And Javon's like, "I'm only 20." Ew. Skinned alligator. Ew. I'm watching Chop, by the way. Starfruit. Yeah. It's like one of those mini alligators, and they just skinned it. But it tastes like chicken. Anyway. Moving on. Alright, so we see what happens with Catch Point 3.0. Got a 6-person tag team match coming up. We got Miles Bourne, Charlie Dempsey, and Maddie taking on Luca Crucifino, the man who lives downstairs from you, because he's on the second floor. His name is Luca. So we got him teaming up with Stacks, chatting Stacks, Lorenzo, and Adriana Rizzo to take on Charlie Dempsey, Maddie Winkowski, and Miles Bourne in a 6-person tag. So we get that, and then we have my cousin Tony D'Angelo, who gets you a nice chicken parm hero for $2. Well, I get it for $2. You get it for $10.50, because you're not his cousin. I don't care if you are Italian. You're not his cousin like I am. Move on. All right. So Tony D wants the family to take them out, and then we have two of Tony's associates come in and say, "Hey, Tony, you gotta come with us." And Tony's like, "Leave me alone." He's like, "I'll talk to you later." So I don't know what that was about. Well, we find out later. And that's that. Alright, so all that I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a sit-down interview with Sarah Schreiber and the beautiful Jada Parker, the #1 contender to Roxy's NXT Women's Championship. So we basically get like a backstory, a quick recap of how she got to this point in 2 years. She says, "I'm not just a person who played soccer, and now I got to NXT. I'm an NXT superstar who played soccer." That was nice. That was a good line. She says, "I was a little bit banged up last week, but Roxy's underestimating her." And then, speaking of Roxy, AJ Lee. So Roxy comes in and says, "Sarah, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here." So she sits down, lists off some parts of her resume. I think beating people like Tatum Paxley. And she just says, "I beat all these people," like maybe like Lola Vice, who she already beat. So maybe it was a little kind of confusing there. And then basically she says, "On Sunday, Jada, you're gonna find out what you're up against." And then Jada's like, I would love to slap you right in the face." And then Roxy's like, "I'd like to see you try." And then Jada just goes, boom! Slap, like that slap. She slapped an AJ Lee out of Roxy. Holy crap. So she slapped the crap out of Roxy. Then she sees somebody off screen. We don't even know what that is. And says, "Oh, I seen you. I know what you can do." Like, don't make me slap you too. And then we see go back to Roxy and surprised to see the same person. We don't even know who it is. And I'm like, I think it's Julia or Stephanie Vercour. I think it's Julia, most likely. Because as far as I know, Stephanie Vercour, I don't know if she got her working visa yet. I think she still has some problems with that. She hasn't got the visa yet to wrestle at the Performance Center. I don't know what's going on with that. But, Julia finished off in Marigold. So, she's signed, sealed, and gonna be delivered. We're gonna see her, most likely, at No Mercy, whether it be in the crowd, or she comes out after Roxy beats Jada Parker. I think she will beat Jada, barely, by the skin of her teeth, maybe, and then, she's all, high and mighty. She's like, oh, look at me, I'm the greatest, And then next thing we know, we see Julia come out with her Demon, her Titantron, and she's gonna look amazing, and Roxy's like, oh shit! The fans are going nuts in Denver. I mean, if it's Stephanie Vercour, it's the same thing. She's gonna get a massive pop. So look out, Roxy! Your next opponent's coming on Sunday, and probably going to be the one that you do not want to face, because Julia is going to fuck her up. And I think we're going to see that match for the NXT Women's World title at Halloween Havoc. If not before then. I mean, we'll see. That's that. Alright, so I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to Luca Crucifino, Stax, and Rizzo, taking on my girl Maddie Gronkowski, Miles Bourne, and Mr. Charlie Dempsey. Tony D at ringside. But he was only there for a little bit because the same 2 guys in suits who were trying to tell Tony something, and they're like looking on their phone for something, they get Tony D's attention, and eventually he goes to leave with them. So basically, he doesn't come out and see that Rizzo, Stax, and Luca Crucifino get the win. After, everything breaks down, and then Rizzo dies on a Maddie, does a kip up, and then drops Charlie Dempsey, basically leaving Miles Bourne to walk into forget about it. It looks like the freaking Shadow Machine. So anyway, so the family get the win in 11 minutes over Catch Point 3.1. But the main story of that match was what's going on with Tony and those 2 guys. Where are they going? Well, we see where they're going a little bit later. Alright, so match was okay. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright. Then we go to Pete fucking Dunne, the Bruiserweight, otherwise known as Butch. He wants the NXT title, but he says, Trick, I'm going to teach you one final lesson, and I'm going to put you out of your misery next week. So we got that. So, match number 3 in a little trilogy. Trick won the first. Pete Dunne got Pete Dunne won the first one. Trick got the Measure of Revenge. Now match number 3 in their little series, and that's it. So we got that. Alright, so I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Ava Rain's office, where we have Ava Rain, the general manager, talking to the NXT World Champion, Ethan Page, all ego. Ethan thinks he should be suspended for shoving the referee last week, after that whole melee that happened. But Ava's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I got something better for you coming up. And when you know, you know. Alright, so we got that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the ring. We see a ton of security in the ring, 2 referees for the face-to-face between Wesley and Zachary Wentz. Zachary says Wesley is willing to give up a 9-year partnership because of his own ego. And then Wesley's like, he talks about how, you are not even on my level. We're on different levels and everything. Zachary's like, you lost your mind. Says, you lost, but Zachary says, that he lost their time as a tag team because of his own mistakes. That doesn't work for Wesley, who still says, I'm on another level. Zach calls out Wesley for being ready to quit NXT for the third time. And reminds Wes of the times he was there after the back surgery. He doesn't think much of Wes, who basically comes back and says, well, I'm going to show you why I am the star of NXT, and you're just a wrestler. Then they almost come to blows near the end. That's pretty much it. But it stopped quickly. So that's that. So it's going to be a exciting match. Might be a match of the night. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. But the match is now official. Zachary Wentz and Wes Lee 1-on-1. All right, so I get a 3 out of 5 stars. All right, then we see Trick Willie Shambone. Whoa, yeah, Trick, what? So, see Trick Williams, going forward. Where did this pop up? Okay, stop that. Pop-ups. Alright, so we see Trick Willie in the back. Then Joe Hendry comes in and meets up with him. He thanks Trick for saving him last week from a beatdown from Ethan Page. And he tells Trick, like, if I win the belt, and then Trick's like, what do you mean if? And then Joe's like, oh, right. When I win the NXT title, I promise to give you the first shot. So Trick's like, okay, I'll hold you to that. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if Joe Hendry's going to become the new NXT World Champion. There's a good possibility, but I really think Ethan's going to hold it. And I think Trick will get the belt back by maybe at Halloween Havoc, if they go that route, and maybe we'll see Spin the Wheel make the deal, but we'll see what happens with that. I think we're going to get one with Wendy Choo Choo and Roxy, maybe, I don't know. We're going to get a women's Spin the Wheel. I think we have one for the men, one for the women, so I can only imagine what the women's one is going to be. Maybe Kaylani Jordan and Wendy Choo Choo. I don't know why I said Roxy, but I think Kaylani Jordan and Wendy Choo Choo are going to have that match on Sunday. Kaylani's going to retain, and then it's going to go for the next month. It's going to continue, and then I think at Halloween Havoc on October the 27th, they're going to get some type of Spin the Wheel, make the deal match, like Devil's Playground, Coffin match, who knows? And I think the men's is probably going to be, I think the men's might be Joe Hendry and, not Joe Hendry, sorry, Trick Williams and Ethan Page. I mean, we'll have to see how we get there. But that. Alright, so I gave Joe Hendry and Trick Williams segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go back to the ring with our next match. Kaylani Jordan taking on one of Wendy Choo Choo's hand-picked opponent. So Kaylani comes out and says, alright, Wendy, bring out your demon. Bring her out. And then she's like, I don't care who it is. And then we see Wendy Choo Choo appear on the Tron. And Kaylani's like, I'm gonna go. Hello. So Wendy's like, you American bitch. Pretty much looking menacing. And then she's like, points her finger, says, go. Well, she doesn't say go. She just points her finger, and we see a woman, obviously, in a hoodie. We couldn't see who she was at first, but we all knew. I know who it was, so I read the spoilers. So we go to the ring, and who should come out but my girl, the Demon Assassin, my demon bride, the co-founder of The Prophecy and The Purge, former Knockouts Knockouts Women's Champion, four-time TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champion with Jessica Havoc, and the leader of the Dead Dolls, and it's my girl, Rosemary. Yes! Everybody was like, it's Rosemary! Rosemary, not Rosemary. Like, Merry Christmas, asshole. Get her name right, please. Commentary. Fucking morons. Same thing with you, Darren TNA, Tom Phillips, and Matthew Wainwalt. Come on now. Get her name right. It's like saying Glasgow. It's Glasgow. Not Glasgow, it's Glasgow, Scotland. Just looks like it's pronounced Glasgow. Glasgow. It's Glasgow. Glasgow. Anyway. Alright, so Rosemary comes out. Fans going nuts. I fucking marked out. I should have done a reaction to that. Fuck. But, oh, whatever. Anyway, under 4.5 minute match. You know, I like the part where, we get a downward spiral from Kaylani into a basement dropkick, which, knocks Rosemary, you know, on her knees and her back, and then she just pops up like the Undertaker and screams, and Kaylani's like, ah! Screaming like a little bitch. And then Kaylani's like, alright, you wanna, you know. Kaylani tries for a handspring type move off the ropes, and Rosemary spears her for a near fall. They get back up. Kaylani kicks Rosemary out of the corner, and then sets up the ever-popular Rob Van Dam-inspired one-of-a-kind! You know, the triple jump, split-legged moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Fuck! Kaylani Jordan beats Rosemary. How do they book Rosemary to get beat by a freaking rookie? I mean, she may not be a rookie, she's a champion, but still, she looks like a rookie. 4.5 minutes, she loses? I don't like that decision at all there, Mr. Hickenbottom. Mr. HBK. How can you have a legend, and should be in the TNA Hall of Fame, Rosemary, lose to somebody like Kaylani Jordan, who she can beat in her fucking sleep? I mean, come on! What are we missing? How? Why? Why did she lose? I know you're supposed to make Kaylani be strong and make her strong going into her match with Wendy Choo Choo. It makes no freaking sense. Wendy Choo Choo should have just came out, not after the match. Should have came out during the match. And just like scared Kaylani, and freaking Rosemary could have hit as above, so below. You know, her finisher. Knocked Kaylani out, and then Wendy just goes in the ring, just stares at her, picks up the belt, and Rosemary, her and Rosemary are freaking just standing over Kaylani Jordan's unconscious body. But no! Fucking pissed me off. Probably the last time we see Rosemary in NXT. And if we do, she better get a freaking run. Horrible. Pissed me off. But that's it. So, Kaylani gets the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Sorry. You know, I have to do that. But Rosemary knew it. I tweeted her. I tweeted her during the match. I tweeted her after the match. I said, I marked out. I said the prophecy has invaded NXT. Which it did. She liked the tweet, by the way. I'm not going to show you that either, so I don't care. But anyway. You know, I tweeted after the match, it says, how can you, it says, you shouldn't have, I tweeted, it says, you know, what? How? I didn't mean to say it meaningless, I mean, you could beat Kaylani Jordan in your sleep. I'm like, who booked that? And then fucking Dana Brooke tweets Rosemary, said, oh, you lost to Kaylani Jordan, my girl. And she says, leave me alone, stalker. And then Rosemary's like, fuck, shut the fuck up. And Emerges this weekend. So I hope and pray Dana Brooke loses to Jordan Grace, and Rosemary interferes and helps Jordan Grace get the win and retain the belt. Or, God forbid, Dana Brooke becomes the Knockouts World Champion. I hope Rosemary beats her. We get a nice long title reign from Rosemary. But, I don't know. I just don't get how one of the most successful women in TNA, which is Rosemary, loses to somebody like Kaylani Jordan. I just don't. I hope, this NXT TNA partnership continues. I think we could see Wendy Choo Choo go over to TNA. Maybe team up with Rosemary and Jessica Harrick. I was hoping like Su Yung would come back, but Su Yung can barely breathe out of half her nose. She has one side she can breathe out of now, because she got hit with a chair right in the face, which broke her nose. And a guy threw it too. That guy should be fired or arrested. But I digress. Alright, so we get that. After the match, like I said, Wendy Choo Choo, she plays some mind games with Kaylani. The lights go out. Wendy Choo Choo's face, a picture of her face appears on the screen, and all the other Trons on the side. Then she pops up behind Kaylani and locks in the Cobra Clutch, and basically choked Kaylani out. And then she picks up the belt, and her and Rosemary stand over her. And Rosemary's laughing the entire time. It's like, yeah. And she grabbed the belt and take it out. Leave with it. She just hands it to Wendy Choo Choo. Oh, would be so nice if Rosemary won the NXT Women's title. I would freaking alright, I'm done watching wrestling. It's over. I'll just watch Roman and then Rosemary hold the NXT World title for a year. Never gonna happen, but we get that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we go to the back where we see Jakari, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and Lash Legend. Get shit done. They're there, trying to pick up the pieces after they lost a Fatal Influence. Ora Mensa comes in, gives him a little pep talk, says it's okay, we gotta stay together and everything. Then he gets beat up. He gets beat up by, I didn't know who beat him up. And then I had to look at the replay, and Lexis King comes in and starts mocking the entire team, saying, "Oh, you're a bunch of losers." But Ora mentions that Lexis King doesn't have a father figure. Ooh, I don't know if they should have done that. Ooh. Freaking Ora goes right in the nutsack, saying, "Oh, you don't have a father anymore," meaning Brian Pillman Sr. Oh, that set off Lexis King, Brian Pillman Jr., who basically beats the fuck out of Ora Mensa, punches him right in the face. We have a humongous brawl. And I think we're going to get Lexis King and Ora Mensa next week on the program. I hope Lexis wins. Get a measure of revenge. But, yeah, that segment I didn't even like at all. Besides, looking at Jakari Jackson and Lash Legend's hot asses, but still. That line by Ora, going low, and they're bringing up Brian Pillman Sr. And then say, "Oh, you don't have a father figure." That's like a freaking Christian move. That's like something Christian would say. How's our fathers doing this evening? Oh, mothers too. But anyway, but that was low. I didn't like it at all. It was very rude. I give no fucks. I give no respect for WWE for that segment. That was low. That was low. I mean, Brian Pillman Sr.'s gone. His wife is gone too. What's her name? Michelle. Oh, no, Melanie, I'm sorry. Melanie Pillman's gone. And freaking Brian Pillman Sr. is gone. And they do this to Brian Pillman Jr.? Come on. Whoever wrote that segment needs to be fired. If it was you, Hickenbottom, oh, you got some explaining to do. That was bad. I gave this segment a dud. Just for that reason only. How dare you, WWE, for doing that shit? How dare you do that? You bring in Brian Pillman Jr. You rename him some ridiculous name like Lexus Kane. What wasn't really, his fault. Because he was named after his sister and I think his mom. Took the names of them and everything. That was nice. And, he had some good success. He's had some good success in NXT so far. The whole Eddie Thorpe matches. He lost the first 2 or 3 matches to Eddie Thorpe. Then he won the last, I think, 2. He won the strap match. Then he won another match after that. I thought he was going to start a push. And now he's going to have a ridiculous feud with Ora Menza over him bad-mouthing his dad. I can't. I just can't. Dud. Zero. Yeah. Alright, that's off the Chase 2 for another exciting lecture. Alright, so, we see Dia Hale, Duke Hudson in there, and all the other members of the student body are like, yeah! Going crazy for some odd reason. So then we see Riley Osborne and Duke Hudson apologize for their loss last week to the Superhero Power Rangers, giving them the giving them their rematch at No Mercy for the tag team belts. And then Ridge Holland says, it's cool as long as we remain the champs. I don't know about that. So then A-Kid and Ben Frazier come in, so bragging about their success and promise to win the belts back. I mean, it could go either way. I don't know if they want to give, give the Superhero Power Rangers the belts back after Chase U beat them a couple weeks ago at the Great American Bash. So, I think this is their first defense of the belts. I could be wrong. Maybe it's a second. But I think Chase U is going to retain, and then they're going to lose their... I think they're really going to lose to either Gallus, or they're going to lose to Out the Mud, Lucius Price and Bronco Nemo. That's what I think they're going to lose to. So I think Ridge is going to just Duke Hudson is going to turn on Chase U, and he's going to leave the university and go on his own again. Maybe he'll return to that poker gimmick. Remember that shit? A couple years ago with a good friend, Cameron Dimes to the moon. Well, Cameron's not wrestling anymore right now. Because they just wasted him on the main roster. Waste of time. I don't know what Cameron's doing these days. Trevor Lee. Probably do some indie work right now. He should go to New Japan Strong. Or go to New Japan, period. I mean, he could go back to TNA, go back as Trevor Lee. Go after the X Division title again, because he held it a few times in TNA. I think his TNA run was great. He had a good PWG run as well. Goes to WWE, wasn't, started off, with that, I got a lot of money gimmick. Then he had that epic feud with Eli Drake, and then bring in Ted DiBiase, the whole thing with the $1 million belt. Then pretty much he had nothing. Then he won the $1 million belt, became successful again. Then he goes to the main roster and basically won one sinking match. Or maybe matches that really didn't count because they were on main event. And that was freaking it. That was pretty much it. And, freaking horrible. And then they just released him because I had nothing for him. And I thought it was just, slap in the face from a guy that was, that Hunter and, in turn, HBK molded. And now, main roster, creative, just was just being uncreative about being creative, like they always are, and they just had nothing for Cameron. He said, "You're out of here. We got nothing for you. Get out of here." I really hope he lands back in TNA. He could go to AEW and maybe go to the Ring of Honor roster. I don't know what he would do on the main roster. Maybe go, if he was on the main roster, maybe go for the TNT title or maybe the Continental Breakfast title. I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that. Alright, so we move on. Alright, then we got Malik Blade taking on the resident Virgin Brooks Jensen. No sign of Sean Spears after he got beat up by Malik Blade and Ika Sanofe last week. He messed up his freaking arm or something like that. I don't know how two jobbers beat up Sean Spears. It makes no freaking sense to me. Unless there was another guy that beat him up for them. I don't know. But anyway, this was a boring 3.5 minute match. Did I say boring 3.5 minute match? Yes, I did. Easily, Jensen gets the win with a DDT and a top rope Macho Man elbow. Oh, yeah. Dig it. No, it wasn't a Macho Man elbow. Just a top rope elbow. 1, 2, 3. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. And I gave the KCU segment 2.25 out of 5 stars as well. Alright, then we have, there was Kelly Kincaid with Javon Evans, a young OGs, ready to prove himself to Joe Coffey. Got that. Alright, then we go further in the back. We have Hank and Tank talking amongst themselves. They get interrupted by Bronco Nima and Lucius Price. And then we're supposed to get a match later, and I think I missed it or it got cut. But anyway, move on with that. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Javon Evans and Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey comes out with his brother Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. And this was a 9-minute match. Eventually, Wolfgang and Mark get involved. Kofi gets a quick Glasgow send-off for a near fall. Charges into a super kick to count him off. And then he goes up top, dives right into a Gilmore Cutter! Bang! That was nice. And then Evans hits another top rope Gilmore Cutter for a near fall. Okay, Javon, calm down. Calm down with the Gilmore Cutters, okay? And then Wolfgang also distraction, and then Mark Coffey comes in. He gets taken out by a third Gilmore Cutter. Hey, I told you, Lee, calm down there, Javon. But that distraction let Joe knock Javon into the turnbuckle. Then he comes back, he hits all the best for the bells. 1, 2, 3. Joe Coffey gets the win. 9-minute match. I would have been okay without the chicanery near the end, but still, I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, after that, we see Tony D at his restaurant, going through the kitchen. Then he meets up with his two associates. He says, "Okay, what's going on? What do you guys want? Why'd you take me out of the arena for?" So he's like, "Sir, he took your spot." "What do you mean he took my spot? Who took my spot?" "My spot, dog spot, neighbor spot, but my spot!" Anyway, so he goes into the restaurant, and he sees Oba! Woo! Femi, nice suit there, Oba. You got my discount, didn't you? We go to Men's Warehouse, which is, as always, our sponsor. Go to Men's Warehouse, you say my name, I won't appear like Joe Hendry, but you say I want the Gilmore special, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll give you a nice suit, make you look good, because when you look good, you feel good. That's a commercial. But when you go to Men's Warehouse, just maybe they give you a nice suit, you might like the way you look. They could possibly guarantee it. But when I go, they definitely guarantee it. So we got that. Oba looked great. Anyway, so Oba's like, I don't need your disrespect, Because I am the ruler of NXT. Oh, is that a little Sid Vicious nod? I am the master and the ruler of the world. So Tony D says, we can come in here and talk like men, or we can fight. I'm like, oh, we're not gonna fight in that restaurant, are we? Oh boy. So Oba says, I'm not gonna fight you here because I'm gonna prove myself and beat you at no mercy. I'm not sweating you. I'm not scared of you. And Tony's like, well, I'm gonna beat your streak. He could. I don't know if he is, but I wouldn't be mad about it. But we'll see what happens with that. And Tony, Tony, all you had to do was give Oba a nice, good, big plate of chicken parmesan, some, pasta, get him some wine, or whatever Oba drinks these days, I don't know. Give him a nice, give him some wine, give him a nice chicken parmesan hero with some good pasta, some bread. Sit down and have a nice little meal with the guy. You didn't have to, barge in there. It's like, hey, what are you doing at my restaurant, asshole? Especially a guy like Oba. That would have been the best idea there, Tony. Because, come on. Think next time. He was in my restaurant. I'm like, first of all, what are you doing here? And I'm like, he's like, I don't want your disrespect and this and that. I'm like, alright, hold on, I got this. Hey, yo, Angelo, give me a plate of chicken parmesan and pasta. Bring it out here. Brings it out. I was like, alright, you want to talk? Let's talk. After we eat. But then Oba's like, oh, this was the greatest thing I ever had since I was in Nigeria. They don't have Italian restaurants in Nigeria, but it is what it is. No disrespect to Nigeria, but... because they all have those Nigerian princes like Prince Nana and stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Nana? By the way, go to PrinceNanaCoffee.com. I think it's PrinceNanaCoffee.com. Or just look it up on Google. Please buy his coffee. Those are bought another 2 packages of his coffee. She can't get enough of it. Among other things. But I digress. Alright, simple to the point promo from Tony and Oba. They're gonna go to war on Sunday for the North American title. I know I'm doing my predictions Sunday afternoon, but I don't know if I can go against my cousin, because this is I don't know. I have to go with my gut, and I have to go with my gut, cuz I'm sorry, but I think Oba's gonna retain and continue his streak. I don't know. Unless Tony can do the unthinkable, he can do it. I just, don't think he can. I mean, he came this close to beating Ilya Dragunov for the belt, for the world title when Ilya had the belt. But I just think we might get one of those cases when a guy gets a world title shot or a mid-card title and comes this close to getting it. And then we're thinking oh, he'll never get the title, and he finally gets it. Like Eli Drake. We're all thinking oh, he's never gonna get the U.S. title. He's not gonna win a title in the main roster. Then he finally beats that schmuck, Logan Paul, at SummerSlam. Then he successfully retained it against Santos. And now I don't know what's next for the guy. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. Then we get a No Mercy rundown, obviously. And then we go to the final segment of the night. We have the Joe Hendry concert. So, he's like, I thank you for the support. I'm not going to be, I'm going to be here for a while. Good. Alright, so, he says, so, he starts singing his song. He's like, I got a song for our world champion, Ethan Page. So, it's basically about Ethan Page being weird. We see some, home videos where he's not wearing clothes when he trains, and he's loving toys and shit. And, we see, we see it on, Tron, and then Joe Hendry's, something ugh. like cringing a little bit. Everybody's laughing up a storm. It's a good song. Ethan sucks. Believing Joe. Ethan, put on your clothes. Something like that. It was hilarious. I was cracking up. Loved it. Anyway, and then Ethan Page comes out to ruin the party. Ethan's trying to talk to Joe Hendry, but the fans are still singing the song. It's hilarious. Then they keep going, and then Ethan Page threatens Joe Hendry, and then we get Ava Raine come out. I'm like, uh-oh, here comes some news. So she says, Ethan, since you've been so disrespectful to the referees as of late, I'm gonna name a special guest referee for your title match against Joe Hendry, and it is this guy, Trick Willie. And Booker T's like going like berserk, like, oh yeah, man, oh yeah. What? I mean, freaking Booker T freaking had an orgasm, and he's freaking going completely berserk. Calm down, Booker T, calm down. So he comes in, and Ethan Page walks right into the standing ovation. Joe Hendry lays him out, and then like they look at each other, and Joe Hendry's like, he goes to pin him, and then we count a fake pin. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, wait, is this Ora Mensa all over again? Without the, I mean, with Jakari Jackson, all last legend counting 3. Not a freaking pin. Come on, it doesn't count. So that was that. So the fans are going nuts. Then we cut to Pete fucking Dunne looking on from the entranceway, and he threatens Trick to really, and he says, you might not make it to Tuesday. Uh-oh. So I'm thinking that when Joe Hendry's just about to win the NXT World Title, and Trick goes 1, 2, and then we see Pete Dunne pull Trick out, and they just like they start fighting, or maybe Pete Dunne like hits Trick in the head with the shillelagh, knocking him out, and then we need another referee, and then Ethan Page hits the Ego's Edge on Joe Hendry. The fans are going like, what? Getting mad and everything. We're gonna have a riot. That's what I think's gonna happen. And I think we're going to see that match on Tuesday with Trick and Pete Dunne. I think Trick will win that match. I mean, we'll see, but Ethan Page sold the song. The lyrics felt like something like a 10-year-old would write. You stole my pencil, and now you must pay. Something like that. So, that was that. So that's it. So, Trick Willie will be the special guest referee for Ethan Page and Joe Hendry in the main event. And like I said, I think, Ethan Page is going to retain, and then Trick is going to finish his program with Pete Dunne. Then maybe go back to Ethan at Halloween Havoc. I don't know. I don't even know if Trick Willie doesn't go after the belt, then who's next on the list. Some people say he's Javon Evans. I wouldn't mind that, but I just don't think. I don't even know if Javon Evans could beat Ethan Page for the title, and they just give this 20-year-old guy the belt, make him the youngest person in WWE history, breaking freaking Randy Orton's fucking record, because he won the belt at, I think it was 22 when he won the world title. Because I know Brock won it when I think he was a little bit old. I think it was like 24, 25. I forget, but I think if they want to give Javon Evans the world title, go for it. But I'm thinking he might face Oba next, because Oba is going to beat Tony D most likely, and then who's next for Oba? I think Javon Evans. And I really think Javon might be the guy to beat Oba and end his streak. So we're going to have the youngest North American champion in WWE/NXT history. I mean, friggin' Nick Wayne's in his early 20s. I think he's like 20, 21 now, I think. And he's a trios champion. So, them young kids are winning the mid-card belts. You know, imagine Javon Evans winning the world title. The entire wrestling world would go berserk. Like, he's 20! But we got that. So, I know, we'll see what happens at No Mercy and on Tuesday night on the program with the Aftermath, and that's it. Alright, so I gave the final segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. As far as NXT goes, I thought it was a pretty solid show, and I gave it 7.25 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. But make it good, as if it's anything bad, bye-bye, so long, farewell to you. And that's it. You don't like it, tough shit. And that's that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos in the description box, my Raw review on my Killer Demons channel, and my video on my Metal Guard channel about Oasis reuniting next year. And that's pretty much it. That's it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. I am tired as balls, and gonna hit the bed, and then got some work to do tomorrow. I gotta edit and stuff like that, some pictures and shit. So I gotta go. I'm gonna make the money a lot of people wish they had, but I'm gonna do that. Enjoy my Wednesday. And then I'm gonna do, well, after I finish working, I'm gonna see what I gotta do. Well, I'm not gonna really do much. I might do a little bit of yard work after I do my normal job. I'm gonna do a little bit of yard work. Then I might go for a little walk. I'm starting to do some jogging just to get back into some shape. I'm not gonna be doing it long. Maybe like a 15-minute walk, because I can't go longer than that. I mean, I did it a couple weeks ago before I went on my vacation. Did a little run in the park, and I was there for like almost an hour. You know, well, I did some walking. I started walking, and then right near when I was like in the middle of the park, I started jogging a little bit. But I had to stop like midway, and I had to go on a bench to just, you know, calm down. Thankfully, I had water with me, so I drank some water to just hydrate. And then I just waited because I was in a lot of pain in my legs, my back. And then I was like, God, crap, now I gotta go all the way back. And then walk home. And then that's it. So I did all that. So, but now that, you know, I can't really go for a walk in a park and you know, for an hour. And just stay in the park for an hour, you know, doing some exercises or whatever. So I'm going to cut it down to about 15, maybe 20 minutes max. I'm not going to go too far on the path and everything, but I'm going to do that tomorrow because it's going to be, well, it's going to be hot, but it's supposed to be heavy thunderstorms tomorrow, so hopefully I can get it before, the thunderstorms come in, and then pretty much it's going to cool off until Sunday. Sunday's going to be back up to 85. But it might be some rain on Saturday and Sunday. But so maybe my Labor Day plans might be cut. But I will be I'll be home watching. Saturday I'll be watching Bash of Berlin because I saw it at 1. Probably end about 4. And then after that, depending on hopefully the weather will cooperate so I can go out Saturday night with the missus on, take Sunday night dinner, move it to Saturday this week. That's that. And then Sunday I'll be pretty much home I will be home most of the day, but early in the day I'll be doing, if the weather cooperates, which it should, do something, do some more housework and shit. Get everything done, and then have some lunch, and then get ready for No Mercy. But that's that. So my predictions video is coming your way. Episode 38 of the Shadows Lair will be this Friday afternoon. So the card's already finalized, most of it. I think we already have 5 matches. Maybe get one more if it gets added in during the SmackDown tapings. So I don't know, unless it's gonna be a 5-match card, which won't be bad for possibly 2.5, 3 hour show, depending on how long the matches are. I think Cody and Kevin Owens are gonna go at least 20 minutes, maybe 25 at max. And then maybe an aftermath with the Bloodline beating up Cody at the end, and Kevin Owens is gonna turn on Cody, or Randy might turn on Cody, saving him. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see Jimmy yet. I think we're gonna see Jimmy probably when Roman comes back on September the 13th. I mean, we're gonna have to see what happens with that. Roman could come back September the 6th, but I think they actually said he's coming back September 13th for the season premiere of SmackDown on the USA Network. So, but you could see Jimmy coming back that night too. Like Roman will come out, and then maybe he's getting beat up by Jacob Fatu and the Girls of Destiny and Solo. And Solo's about to hit the Samoan Spike. Like they beat up Roman, the numbers game gets to Roman again, and there's no way to save him. And then next thing we know, we hear Jimmy Uso's theme. He comes out, cleans house, Roman comes back, and both of them just destroy the rest of the fake as fuck Bloodline. But still, it's 4-on-2 now. Unless Jacob does turn before Bad Blood. But I still think Bad Blood, we're going to see Roman take on Solo just straight up. I don't, it's not going to warrant freaking Hell in a Cell. Unless they do Cody versus, I doubt it, but Cody versus Solo in Hell in a, inside Hell in a Cell. I don't think they're going to do that, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think the women's match is definitely going to be Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And then on the men's side, it's going to be Drew McIntyre and Punky Brewster. So that's the 2 matches. Probably going to be inside Hell in a Cell. As far as Cody goes, Cody can face Solo again. In a rematch from SummerSlam. But see what happens with that, or Cody faces Kevin Owens again in a rematch from Bash in Berlin. Maybe that'll be the rematch, and it'll be maybe a street fight. Who knows? But we'll have to see what happens this Saturday night for that. So TSL 38 will be on Friday afternoon with my Bash in Berlin predictions. Then I will do the review along with Collision on I'll probably do the review for Bash in Berlin. I'll try to get it depending on when. I think if the pay-per-view ends at 4, I'm going to try around 6, maybe closer to 7 p.m. on Saturday night to get that review up. And then watch Collision in full because it's live, and then do the Collision review later that night. And then Sunday, September the 1st, pretty much do my NXT No Mercy predictions, and then do the review later Sunday night. And then Monday night, depending on how I feel, I will be watching Monday Night Raw because I am going to barbecue that afternoon, and I won't be back till late. So, but I will be watching Monday Night Raw in full. So, we'll see what happens with that. And depending on how tired I am when I get back Monday night, I might do the Monday Night Raw review late Monday night. If not, most likely, definitely doing it Tuesday, September the 2nd. But we'll have to see what happens with everything. So please hit that bell and turn on all notifications for that stuff. Alright, I went really long, 2 hours and 15 minutes. But it is what it is. You watched it anyway. You watched the entire thing. But, because, you know why? Because you love me. And that's that. Alright, I'm going to sleep, guys. Thanks for watching. And until next time, if you're not down with all of that I just said for 2 hours straight, if you're not down with all that and everything else I've been talking about in my videos today, Oasis returning, my Monday Night Raw review, and my little spiel for almost an hour about randomness. But if you are watching this video and you want the NXT review, then just go to 1 hour and 5 minutes into the video. But if you want to hear my rant and mixed in with some wrestling news and shit, then watch the entire video. But that's all I gotta say about that. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! And that's it. Everybody else, stay sexy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, motherfuckers!